Alright, hello. In this video, we're going to be going over the Sign FRQ question. We got to write an entire class here. And remember, kind of a class consists of the data called the instance variables, constructor, and then methods. Okay, and you can read this kind of description on your own. But basically, the sign consists of text and then how long width it is in characters. Okay, and so basically, these examples are probably the best way to explain it, to be honest. This is 34 characters, and you have 15 width, so you can put the first 15 characters here, the next 15 here, and then the last 4 here. Okay, and then they say, well, what if it was the same number of characters, but you had 17? Well, then you only need 2 lines, because you do 17 here and 17 here for 34 total. And then you could have a mega long sign that's a width of 40, in which case these characters would fit on the entire sign. It wouldn't even fill up the one row or whatever. Okay, and so we have a method that returns number of lines, which means how many, like this one took 3 lines to display the 34 characters. Here it took only 2. Here it took just 1. Okay, and then they have this weird getLines method, which returns the text, but with semicolons representing where the returns are, sort of. So like here, there's a return after the yes, and then after the COM, and then like that, right? So basically, we've got to implement those methods and figure out which data we need. Like sometimes on these ones, you have to like kind of look through the methods, and especially how they're called, and just infer, do we need any extra information, right? Because that's kind of my first step here, is actually to do what my instance variables are. So we know we're going to need a string for the length of the text, or the representing the text, not even the length, sorry, representing the text. And then this x or whatever would be the length of the sign. Okay, so like at the top, the 2 variables I know I need are a private string, which is the text on the side, and then a private int, which is the length of the sign. Whoa, I don't know what happened there. Okay, so it should look like that. And again, these aren't going to be initialized until the constructor. Okay, and I would definitely encourage you to leave some space. If you're writing this, leave some space, because we might realize we need some more instance variables later on. Okay, so I would leave a little bit of space here at the top, just in case. Okay, next up is the constructor. And basically that has to be public, and then this word has to match exactly the name of the class. So it would be public sign, and then we're going to just take in the text and the length of the sign. And I probably should have showed this before, but basically to look at that, this is how the user is going to construct an instance of this class. So this kind of tells me exactly what the constructor needs. It's got to have its string first, followed by the length of the sign here. All right, so like that tells me exactly how I need to do the constructor. It's got to be sign with a string first and then a length. And all the purpose of this constructor is, or any constructor really, is to set this data. So basically I'm going to set text to be the text coming in, and I'm going to set the length to be the length coming in. And you can name these like text and length, but I usually don't want 2 variables named text that have like the same scope. I find that really goofy, to be honest. So I usually need my input one, instead of calling this text, I say it like the text coming in from the user, right? So that, this is the data that's coming in to be set inside of the class. So I usually use an in there. Okay, so then we got to do at least 2 methods. And again, you can kind of I look through the examples and try to like follow through them. So like this would be like the name of the sign, and then this would be how many lines it takes. Okay, and so basically what I thought here is go back to these examples, and it's just divide, but then sort of round it up. So like this was 34 characters. So you basically do like 34 divided by 15, and that's like 2 point something, right? 2 point. But basically that means we're going to need 3 lines, right? Because we had a little bit extra spill over into the 3rd line. Okay, so same thing here, is this is 34 characters long, so I just take the length divided by the length of the sign. Like this is the length of the text, I guess. The length of the text divided by the length of the sign, and that gives us 2. That one divides nice and easily. And this is a weird case that I'll talk about more when we do the code here. And then the last one, just to make sure, I think this would just be 34 divided by 40, which in integer division is 0, but then we're just going to add 1 to it. That's right. So when I first wrote this code, my first thought was the number of lines that we need is I'm just going to divide. So I'm going to do the lines is going to be equal to the length of the text. So that's our text variable dot length. Right. Again, this is a global variable up here that we have access to. So I do text dot length divided by the length. Right. This is like the line length. Then maybe it'd be better to call this like line length. Maybe I'll call this line length just to make it less confusing. This is like the length of a line. Okay, so not equal, divide. So we're going to divide those two. We're going to divide the text dot length by the line length. So that would be equivalent to doing like 34 divided by 15 to give us 2. But then because we need one extra line, right, it's going to integer truncate like on both the first case and the last case here. Like this would be a 0, but then we need to add 1 because this is really 3, not 2. And the last one to here is really 1, not 0. So when I first programmed this, I just did plus plus to the lines and then returned the lines. Okay, but then I was like, what the crap? Now the middle case doesn't work, right? Because if you divide this, it'll divide evenly to 2, and then I do plus plus and return 3, which isn't correct. Okay, so what I realized then is like if it evenly divides, you don't need to do the plus plus. So basically we got to do the text length mod the length of the sign, and if that is 0, meaning it evenly divides, then you don't need the plus plus. Okay, so like we really only need this line. Maybe I'll do it as a like an if, kind of the reverse of what I said. So I'm going to do if the text, so the two things we're dividing, if they divide evenly, so this length mod the line length, if that equals 0, that means it's evenly divisible, but then I wouldn't need to do plus plus. So I want to do, if it doesn't evenly divide, then I want to do plus plus. Okay, so I only do that if it's not evenly divisible. And again, that's because of this case. If it divides evenly, I don't want to do the plus plus. So that would be mod equaling 0. So we're doing if it's not 0, if it's not evenly divisible, then we need a plus plus. I think that's right. If you can tell my voice, I'm not feeling great. So if I mess that up, please put it in the comments or something. Okay. I think the only other method then we got to do is get lines. I'm going to look back in here and say, I think the only one they ever have is get lines. Get lines, get lines, get lines, blah, blah, blah. I think it says it in the description here too or whatever. Okay, and this one is wacky because we've got to add, we've got to go however long the sign is in the string, then add a semicolon, then do the next piece of data with a semicolon. So here it's split it into 3. So like this sign here, it goes 3 here, semicolon, and 3 more, semicolon, and then the remainder like that. Okay, so basically what I did here is I like built a string sort of from scratch. So I want to do string str and have it be blank. Okay. And I think there's actually one thing we got to look for first too. There's lots of weird cases on here. So let me look back at this description. I think it says, yeah, you can make a sign like sign 4 here has a string. It's initialized, but it has length 0. And so there, if you do get lines, it just returns null. So I think that's the very first thing I did was like basically if this length is 0, then we just want to return null. So basically, I'm just going to do if our text, remember that's our global variable, that length equals 0, then I should return null. Okay, and I just realized too when I did that, frickety frick. This one, this line, wait, is line length, could that ever be 0? Let me go back and look at this thing. No, they did line length 4, so if line length is 0, we have to watch out for division by 0. I'm going to see if it's anywhere in the description. Well, I didn't see anything in there that's saying that this parameter could be 0. It didn't say it couldn't, so I don't know, maybe we need an if check here to make sure that that's not 0, and then it's returned 0. I'm not going to do it because I think it handles the cases that they show at least, at the very least, because here I would just divide by 4, so it would be length of 0 divided by 4, so it would be okay. Anyway, sorry about that random thought. It just occurred to me, but I'm not going to account for it just because I'm not sure it matters. Anyway, so here we have length 0, return null. And then if it's not length 0, so I'm going to do an else maybe. And what we want to do is we want to go through and put it in little segments based on this line length, right? So I'm going to build this string here and then return it at the end. All right, and so the kind of the first thing is we have to call a substring from 0 up to however long this length variable is. Okay, and so just to help make sense of it, I strongly encourage you to like do an example. So here's their ABC 222DE where the sign length was 3. That's this example right here. And so we're going to break it into little chunks of 3. So the key is you call substring. Remember, substring runs 1 pass. So if we do 0 to 3, that's going to work perfectly because that's going to get, nope, it doesn't get the one at 3. It's going to get just this part. Okay, so 0 to 3 will give you ABC, and then we put a semicolon there. All right, so kind of the first thing here is I've got to get a substring. So I'm going to do string, I call it just sub, is equal to str dot, the text dot substring from 0 to the line length. And that'll run perfect. Even though it runs 1 pass, that's exactly what we want, because that's going to get us the ABC. Okay, and then we're going to append to that. So I'm going to basically make str be the sub plus a semicolon. Okay, because that's what I want each time. And then the tricky part is I want to call it again, but I want to essentially chop it off and use just this part. Okay, so I want to now do the next 3 from this one. Okay, and so the way I did it is I just chopped off these first 3 digits. So I would make like a new string. And actually what I did is, so you can't modify text. You don't want to modify text because that'll change the whole sign information. So I made a new string called, I don't even know what I want to call this. I'll call it temp and set it be equal to the text. And then I'm going to call substring on that. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the temp. I'm going to make temp be whatever it was before, but just call substring from the line length, and that's going to chop off everything that I already parsed out. So visually what that is doing is it is taking, right, if I do from spot 3 on, right, remember sign length here is 3, that's going to take all of this and forget about the stuff I already did. Okay, so now this will be my temp string, will now be just whatever is left. Okay, and I want to keep doing that while its length is greater than 0, right? Because that means I still have text left over. So basically, I'm going to do these lines. I'm not going to do the first one because this just sets temp to be whatever the text is. But I'm going to do these lines while temp dot length is greater than 0. While I still have characters, I'm going to do that over and over and over again, right? Where I just get the essentially first 3 letters or whatever, add it to append it. I should do str plus equals here. Append the sub plus a colon to this string that I'm building. Okay, and then temp, chop it off. Essentially, this line here is going to chop off the beginning part that I already have. So it'll go here, get a colon, then the next time I call the substring from 0 to 3, it's going to get these letters, put it here with a semicolon, and then as long as there's length, I just do whatever left. Okay, and there's some flaws to this, so I'm going to have to make a part 2 of this just to go over those flaws. Sorry, that'll be coming here in a second.